Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing good. Well, the first part has been uploaded on YouTube under this following link. This particular link could also be found in the description of the video. So let's begin with our second part, that is the recipe list and the recipe data. So let's see what we did in the last. We have this particular design. In the category, our user can select different categories, Chinese, Thai or Italian, etc. Then a list of the recipes under that category will show here. The ingredients will here, the recipe here. And upon clicking these buttons, the user can update or delete the particular recipe. So the very first step that we want to do is when user selects a particular category, the list of the recipes should appear right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my source and have an object of the recipe here. Private recipe RCP is equals to new recipe. This particular recipe object will be of the controller class of the recipe. And here I'm going to write a particular function. I'm going to say RCP dot populate table and pass the particular table that we want to populate and the category that is being selected in the combo box. So cb category dot get selected item dot to string. This has been done. Now, of course, this function is not in the RCP for now. So let's create this particular method. So the method has been created. I'm changing the name of this parameter to category. Now we just need to communicate this particular populate method to the model class. So I will say RCP dot with the same name populate table. So populate table, and I will pass the table that I want it to populate and the category. Of course, the method is not there, so we'll say create. So the method has been created, and now the only thing that we need to do is add a select query and select all the recipes titles which matches with this particular category. So let's have a query, and I already have a query right here for this. So here I have a query that is selecting the recipe title from the recipe book, recipe data table and recipe book database where category is this particular title. So let's change this to category. So now I have a whole query and now I just need to execute this particular query. So I will simply say db dot execute select and this particular query. Now this particular query will get executed and it will return me a result set. So I need to get that result set into some object here. So I will say result set, which is java.sql result set. I will say rs. So now this particular select query has been executed and the result is getting saved into the result set object rs. Now we need to check if rs is not equals to null, which means the result set is not null and select query has actually selected some particular data from my database. So if this is not null, then populate this particular table. So I have the function for populating the table right here. I have copied this particular function from a jar file. So here public table model. So what this particular function do? It takes a result set rs and it populates a particular table with the help of that result set. It returns a table model and we can set our table models to this particular table model that is returned by this particular function. So this is the particular function. Particular function is taking a result set rs, it's taking its columns and then the rows and then returning us a table model. We can use this table model to set the table model of our actual table, that is this. So I will simply say table dot set model to whatever this model is returning me, and then I will pass this particular result set that I have gotten from my executing the select query. So that is it. The model of the table has been set and the query is being executed. Now let's see if it works. So go to this. So I've selected the Chinese and it's giving me a number of recipes that belongs to this Chinese category. One thing is remaining. go to the recipe manager. Whatever my user changes his or her selection of the category from here. So we need to add an event handler and item state changed event handler. So let's cut it from here and take it to the end of the code right here. Event handlers and paste it right here. And I'm just whenever my item selected category has been changed, I just copy this popular table function again. So that's it. Now if we execute it, go to the recipe manager. Now my user is selecting a particular category and the recipe list is appearing here. Now the second thing that we need to do is if my user selects a particular recipe from here, the ingredients and recipe should appear here. So let's do this. Go to the design. This is the table right here from the scroll pen drop down and add an event handler of mouse clicked. Take this event handler to the end right here. Okay, now in here, before going further, I need to know what actually my user has selected in my table or my recipe list, which particular recipe my user has clicked on. So for this, I will say int row is equals to table dot row at point. So which particular row my user has selected, and I can get it from argument 0 dot get point. And similarly, I need to know the column as well. So table dot column at point 0 dot get point. So this particular point is returning me the row of that point that my user has selected and the column. Now I just need to get the data. What was the data there? So I will simply say rcp dot set title because that list is of titles. Title table dot get value at particular row and particular column, and of course we need to convert it to string. So the title has been set. Now we need to get the recipe data, the ingredients and the recipe. So I will simply say rcp dot get recipe data of that particular title, right? So title has been set. Now we just need to get the particular recipe data. Okay, so we need to call this function. So I will say create method get recipe data. Once it's here, I need to pass the title to my model class as well. So I'm just going to say rcp dot set title to this dot title. Now the title has been set. Now I just need to get the recipe data. So I will say this rcp dot get recipe data. Of course the function is not there, so we'll go and create a function there, get recipe data. Now I need a query to get that particular recipe data. So I have the query already right here. So this particular query is returning the ingredients and the recipe, ingredients and recipe, where the title of the recipe is this, right? And now we just need to execute this particular query. So we will say db dot execute select, and this is the query. Now of course this query will returns me a result set, and I need to manipulate that result set in order to get my ingredients and recipe. So what I will do, I will have a result set right here rs, and I will save the result of the execute select query into this. And just like before, I will add if rs is not equals to null, which means my select query has returned me something, or my select query has executed successfully. So if rs is not equals to null, then I need to return the ingredients and recipe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a temporary object of this particular class just to pass the data backwards. So recipe, and I have the temp object. Now I will simply say while rs dot next I will take its first ever row because that's where my data is. So this rs.next will take me to the its first row where my data required data is, and I will simply say temp dot set ingredients rs dot get string, and here it requires me column index or the column label, so I can give it the column label like ingredients, and similarly for the recipe as well. So temp dot set recipe rs dot get label, and the label is recipe, and then I will say return temp, return this object backwards, and if nothing happens then return null. Of course we need to change its return type to recipe as well. So here, okay, it's asking me to add it up, surround with it the try catch block. So here we have surrounded it with the try catch block. It's done. So go to the recipe back, the controller recipe. Now it's returning me something and we need to get this data. So I will say RCP is equals to RCP. So whatever it's returning, it will get saved into the RCP. Now we need to save it into the this so that we can return a controller object back to our view. So I will say this dot set ingredients to RCP dot get ingredients, and similarly this dot set recipe to RCP dot get recipe, and then I will simply say return this. But of course this all will happen if RCP has not returned me any null values. So I will say if RCP is not equals to null, then do all of this, otherwise return null. Of course we need to change its return type as well, so it will be recipe. So we are done here. Now we just need to modify our view. So now this particular recipe data is returning me a controller object. So I will save it into the RCP. And the only thing I need to check for is if RCP is not equals to null, then txt ingredients will equals to dot set text will be equals to RCP dot get ingredients, and txt recipe dot set text will be rcp dot get recipe, and it will be set. Let's see if it works. Go to the recipe manager. So there is recipe 23 and it's giving me its ingredients and recipe. So for this, and it's giving me for everything, right? If I changes my selection, it's giving me again. So we are all done with the second part of our lecture. There was the recipe data and the recipe list. Next we will be doing the update and the delete operations. Do not forget to like, subscribe and follow the channel. Have a good day everyone. Allah Hafiz.